our June 16th, 2021 meeting by Zoom only today. So if anybody is there at St. Luke's, guess you don't read your emails. So we're going to begin today with past President Chris Kohler doing our invocation and our flag salute.
Okay, please bow or do however you see fit. Lord, you feed the world with your goodness and grace, your kindness and mercy. You sustain us and do good for all, and we're very grateful. Please bless this meeting for our use and bless us so that we may do your work in Rotary service and in the world. Amen. All right, well, let's pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chris, for being a Rotarian in service today, and for Jessica for being our Zoom master and our greeter. Thank you very much. So we're going to begin today. Just a couple of announcements. Chuck has already alluded to that if you've read your District 5750 June 2021 newsletter, came out about 8:30 this morning. There were some significant things in there. One is to register for the District Rotary meeting on Thursday evening. It's just an hour from 6 to 7 to show Angela Rickman some support. She has had an extremely challenging and kind of unusual year with the pandemic. Also, Beth has a great article in there for those of you that couldn't come to the scholarship recipients lunch. There's a great article about the 3 that were award winners this year. So please check in and see that. And then a great announcement was made for the 2023-24 district governor nominee designate. It is Janine Yanish Jones. So I think that the District 5750 will benefit from her great leadership. And it's great to know that she's one of our own as the past president. And Chris Kohler told me, I believe at the beginning of this week, that she will be actually in person at the first meeting in July. So we can then recognize her as well then. So congratulations, Janine. So the next slide, are we ready to do the induction of Josh? There he is. So today we have a new member induction, and it's going to be done virtually, of course, and Mike Sanders has Josh with him at an unforeseen location somewhere. I'm not sure where, so maybe they'll tell us. So Mike, introduce Josh.
Thank you, Cindy. We're out at St. Luke's. Josh and I are the tallest 2 kids in the Vacation Bible School class today. Only 317 little spirited souls across the hall. But for those of you that have not had the pleasure of meeting Josh Attaway is the senior pastor of the Edmond campus of St. Luke's Church. He joined St. Luke's in 2013 and came out here when they opened this facility in 2014. Been here ever since. He and his wife, Brittany, were blessed with a daughter, Lucy, a year or so ago. And it's my pleasure to introduce and sponsor membership for Josh Attaway.
Hi, Josh. Josh Attaway, you've been selected to become a member of the Rotary Club of Edmond as a representative of your particular profession. While it is an honor to have been selected, Rotary is also honored by your willingness to become involved. As a member of this club, you will have opportunities to serve the public through various programs and activities, not only locally, but worldwide through Rotary International. If you are so willing to be an active participant, please say, I am willing.
I'm willing.
I take pleasure now in welcoming you, Josh Attaway, as a member of the Rotary Club of Edmond and Rotary International. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you and to be a part of your house as well every Wednesday. So today, I believe we have Andy Lester, front and center for Sergeant at Arms.
Well, I am front. I don't know if I'm center or not, but it's great to see everybody here today. I noticed from the newsletter that was circulated that we've got 5 birthdays in June. Dan, Dawn, Scott, John, and Keith. John and Keith's birthdays have occurred since we last met. Unfortunately, I couldn't be at our last meeting, but I did do a makeup, which you can always do if you miss a meeting. And I strongly suggest that you do that, whether in person or online. I did mine online. Anyway, if you're one of those people that's had a birthday this month and you haven't already paid up for your birthday, I would say you owe me $1, but what you really owe is it's supposed to be $1 per year, which for some of us is getting to be real money. And well, you know, John's real money, Dan's real money, some of the rest of you, not so much, but it gets up. You know, I've been known to find people that weren't expecting to be fined. Josh, welcome to the club. You know, it seems kind of strange that you've joined the club and we're meeting in your facility, except for the day that you officially joined the club. And for that, I think you owe us $1. Oh,
That sounds fair.
Welcome to the club, Josh. Are there any? I did that several years ago to for my first day as Sergeant at Arms. I find our brand new president. He was so shocked by it. Those of you who were there and remember how stunned and shocked he was, I ended up finding him pretty much every week for the rest of that year that he was president. Josh, I only do this once every month now, so you know that would save you $1 for most of the time, and I promise I won't do this to you every month. But anyway, welcome to the club. If you have an announcement, now would be the time, or if you have a guest to introduce, now would be the time to do so. So are there any announcements or guests? If your favorite team, or frankly, even if it's not your favorite team, but if your favorite team happened to win a Women's College World Series in the last week, one, you owe the club $1, and two, and I'll pay an extra $1 for this. Boomer Sooner, man, come on! What a great victory for the OU women. Congratulations to them. Anything else from anybody? And if you can pay your money next week, or you can do the electronic version of that as well. And right there, if you look at your screen, is the Venmo signature, Venmo way of donating that $1. If nothing else, Madam President, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Andy. So our next slide is going to just show you a few things coming up in the end of June here into July and a little bit later on. So please stay tuned for next week, June 23rd. We will be back in person at St. Luke's for Mike Holder, the Oklahoma State University Athletic Director, which will be a very, very good time. So please tune in for that. We'll see you back at St. Luke's next week. All right, Shannon, I guess you are up with our introduction of our speaker today.
Yes, thank you for giving us the opportunity to give you a little update on the Fine Arts Institute, the things that we have been doing, the effects of the pandemic, and the things that kind of how we've restructured a little bit to meet the needs of the community during this time. I just wanted to share a little bit first about some of the things that are going on with arts organizations in Oklahoma. Allied Arts recently came out this week with a survey that included 39 different art organizations just in the Oklahoma City metro area. And combined, those 39 organizations have budgets that exceed $52 million. The results were really, really interesting, I thought. The arts industry in the OKC metro area has reported a $33.1 million revenue loss in 2020 alone. Those 39 organizations reporting received 11.9 million in relief assistance. 521 jobs were lost, but it is estimated that over 19,000 jobs have been lost statewide in the arts industry in Oklahoma. And it's going to take a little bit to recover from that. They estimate that the road to recovery for most organizations is projected to take 3 to 5 years. Fortunately, at the Fine Arts Institute, we, just like everybody else, kind of adapted quickly and started trying to figure out how to survive while everything was going on. We had virtual art lessons, reduced size classes, additional time, daytime offerings for students on virtual learning days for the Edmond Public School kids. We added 3 new gallery spaces, and we have 4 total galleries that feature different artists year round. We did get a PPP loan that has been forgiven, so we were able to retain our full-time staff of 3 people and 38 part-time instructors. Of course, fundraising has been a challenge for everybody. Our big galas have stopped. I don't think that's what people want. Obviously, we've shifted to smaller micro fundraising opportunities and doing those more frequently. The good thing that happened during the pandemic is it really allowed us as creative people to think outside the box and come up with new ways to remain relevant in our community. And we are very thankful for a community that has been supporting us during this time. I kind of did a little history of plagues over the centuries, and you tend to find a common theme when it comes to the arts. Performing arts suffer the most. Obviously, because you don't have audience to perform to, and all of that, it was just completely put on pause. However, visual arts experience always tend to experience an explosion in creativity because artists do what they do best, which is they roll up their sleeves and they get to work during that time. So I do believe some great art is coming out of what happened in 2020. And that's exactly what we have seen at our organization. Our theater program was completely paused for 9 months. We have reopened with limited audiences and casts just to make sure that we're safe, but our visual art enrollment has been higher than ever. The demand is great, especially for adult classes. We have several new instructors, including Steve Bolden, who spoke at Rotary a few weeks ago. But fortunately, theater is on the upswing, and we are excited to welcome several new instructors this summer. Greg White with UCO's Broadway Tonight will be teaching some summer intensives, and we have several instructors that are going to begin this fall. So I finally feel like we've turned the corner and we have more theater opportunities than ever. But creativity and the arts have always provided a catalyst for communities to flourish. A new trend we're seeing is that art patrons want to be agents of their experience and not just consumers. People are kind of going back to that old school type of experience. They want to get away from their computers. They want to engage outside and have safe, social, personal interactions. And that is how Vibes First Thursday all came into play kind of at the perfect storm, the perfect time. But it began in 2019. There was a group of city leaders, included former mayors, some city councilmen, business owners. We all got together to talk about the fact that we really felt like with the location of Edmond, with how supportive people are with the arts in Edmond, we needed some kind of an art walk. But in 2020, everything was paused, and it gave us that time to really take a good look at how we could create a reoccurring event that looked different than maybe any other art walks that you have experienced. And the Fine Arts Institute being positioned in downtown Edmond, it just seemed like the logical organization to oversee this undertaking. And that's kind of where Savannah comes into play, because had it not been for her, I don't know that we would have ever even attempted something of this magnitude. She joined her staff in February 2020 as our program director. She did serve on the board for the Fine Arts for 3 years prior. You might know her from the Edmond Chamber. Hopefully, all of you guys that are chamber members, I'm sure that you have got to meet her that way. And I am thankful for that time she had. That's how we met her. What you might not know is that her background at Oklahoma State, she has a BA in art history, and art is definitely her passion. But when she started in February, we were open about 2 weeks before we shut down completely. So she did not get a whole lot of great onboarding. Everything was completely different, but she was really instrumental in helping us develop our new processes and creating what that new normal would look like. And it was almost like she walked in with this blank slate. Her favorite endeavor has been Vibes, Edmond's First Thursday, which fortunately, when asked, she was very glad to oversee. And it combines all of Savannah's passions, furthering the arts, highlighting Edmond, and inspiring creativity for people of all ages. I think she has done an amazing job at developing this new art opportunity for artists and for our local businesses in downtown. And she's got some great information to share with you. So please welcome Savannah Whitehead.
Hello, thank you guys so much for having me today. I'm quite nervous to speak to this group, but it's so nice to see so many familiar faces. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to share my screen now for a little presentation. Awesome. Okay. All right. So like Shannon said, when they were coming up with the idea that Edmond needed an art walk in downtown, we really wanted it to be focused on the visual performing arts as well as our downtown businesses. So those are really the pinnacles that we built the whole event around. And during the pandemic, we were able to do quite a bit of research about how we wanted the format of the event to look. So first, I'm going to play a fun video that we have as a little recap from the June Vibes event. So we've got that coming up here. Yes, so that was one of our recap videos. We've had one of those each of the months of Vibes, and we are getting ready to have a final one. A final one put together of all 3 of the past events. So be watching for that on social media. On the screen now are just some pictures of representations of Vibes. You can see performing arts here. You can see interactive arts as well as visual arts. Again, just playing to kind of what the whole purpose of Vibes was. We did use the Downtown Edmond logo as kind of the inspiration for the branding for Vibes. We wanted to be cohesive with the colors that downtown is using and kind of this just direction that the downtown branding is going. So you can see that downtown logo goes right along with the Vibes logo here. So Vibes takes place on the first Thursday of each month from April to October in downtown Edmond. So from 2nd Street all the way back to our street on Edwards. It is all along Broadway as well as spanning out into the side streets, and it is from 5 to 9 p.m. What you can expect at Vibes if you haven't been is it's free. So completely free to come attend, completely free to come see the site, see the performers, engage with people in downtown. You see families of all ages, which is super fun to see. People all the way from babies to in their 80s in downtown. It's great. And then you can definitely expect some fun in downtown Edmond. We invite everyone to come join us for this next Vibes event on July the 1st. Kick off your 4th of July weekend with us from 5 to 9 p.m. in downtown. And this was just kind of a graphic that we are using to promote this month's event. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. All right. Also, some things coming up for the July Vibes. There will be 36 visual artists, 10 performing artists. We like to feature that there's 18 restaurants in downtown. And that was a big question that we started getting early on, was why we weren't bringing in food trucks. And the big reason behind that is we want to drive people to our local restaurants. Edmond has amazing restaurants in downtown Edmond, and we are getting more and more every month. So we are hoping to continue to drive business there. There will be 6 live artist demos, including 2 mural paintings by Shakira Menard and Brooke Rollins, and that will take place at the corner of Hurd and Broadway. There's a big triangle installation there, and there's been 2 murals there currently, but those will be going away, and these 2 will be coming. And then also we're going to have a clay throwing demo by our teacher here at FAI, Erin Harris, as well as some of her ceramic friends. So a lot of people are very curious about how ceramics works and what using the wheel is like. So this will be a really cool opportunity for them to see kind of a hands-on experience with that. So that's kind of what you have to look forward to for the July 1st event. Every month we create these 2 materials here for marketing and for people to use at the event. So the map that you see is the one from May. It's not the current one. I haven't quite finished it yet. But this goes out for everyone. So you can use it as an interactive map when you're exploring Vibes. You can see different colors for visual artists, different colors for performing artists. And then we also signify where there's food offered. That way people know all of their restaurant options. Then on the other side, you see our features flyer. This is the July flyer, but it is not complete because the businesses are still turning in their artist pairings to me. But this is a good idea of what you have to look forward to at the July event. This is another easy tool to use when you're attending to see who is where, see which performers you want to check out, where their locations are. One of the coolest things about the way that we formatted Vibes was it really allows the businesses to have an interactive component by hosting the artist either inside their business or outside their business. Vibes has a website, it's edmondvibes.org, where the businesses can go and see all of the visual artists that are available for the event, and they can do their pairings themselves, or I will help them pair depending on their space and size. So it really gives the business owners kind of this like ownership piece over the event. And it also just allows for that cohesiveness and good collaboration with the visual artist, the performing artist, and the businesses. So I'm going to go on to the next one here. So we're still measuring the impact of Vibes, and we are 3 months into the event series, but is a 7 event series total. And these are some estimations that we've been given from the attendees and from the participants, as well as outside sources. So the estimated attendees are 2,000 to 3,000 each month. Again, so it's a 7-month series. So we're looking at bringing in over 14,000 people to downtown throughout this whole series. And I think that's on the low end estimation. I'm hoping it's more like 30,000. But we'll get more numbers from the EDA as we wrap up the season. But we have had reports from the businesses that they're receiving 3 times more transactions during the night of Vibes than they would on a usual night. So seeing a big economic increase there. And then if we took the artists, we average about 40 artists per event. And this is me just saying like $200 in sales. We've had some artists do up to $1,900 or yes, $1,900 in sales and more. So just averaging that they would all do $200 in a night, that would be $8,000 in estimated revenue just for the visual artist. So we're seeing some big impact here for independent artists, which is the whole mission of the event and just of FAI in general. At the bottom here, you can see a quote from Beth Connor. She is the owner of Frenzy, just about how she feels that Vibes has impacted her. And she says that Vibes has been instrumental in promoting the renaissance that Downtown Edmond is currently experiencing. Having different artists at a variety of locations has encouraged the exploration of downtown and the discovery of all the hidden treasures that our district has to offer. The positive impact on Frenzy has been vital for our business that opened during a worldwide pandemic. Of course, when we started Vibes, we had no idea how long the pandemic was going to go and what the impact on businesses was going to be. But with this kind of being the first big event series coming out of that, it's awesome to see that it has had such a positive impact on businesses that did have a hard time during that time. So things that are coming up next for Vibes, we have August, September, and October after this July one. So things to look forward to. We will be having the Vibes Visa Challenge. I'm sorry, the Vibes Visa Challenge, which is basically like a passport where you will be able to go to different businesses and different artists and get check marks and things like that. And then at the end of the event, you'll drop it back off at Edmond Fine Arts, and we will enter in for drawings. So just a way to get attendees more engaged, also have the opportunity to win some fun stuff from downtown businesses and artists. We will be doing a filming of the Indie Film Festival here at Fine Arts during Vibes in August. And then there's also going to be a special performance from Kyle Dillingham in downtown. So things to look forward to for August 5th. For September 2nd, there'll be plein air artists stationed throughout downtown, live painting for you to enjoy. And there'll be an Indian dance performance in downtown as well. So looking forward to that. Sorry. And then in October, the Indie Film Festival will be doing a screening installation in downtown. I'm still looking for the perfect blank wall in downtown. So if you have any good ideas about that, let me know. But we will be showing several of their films there. Really excited to get to partner with them. Excited for all the things that they are doing coming up with their event this year. We'll also be having a dance group from Studio J, as well as some special Vibe season wrap-up celebrations. So just some exciting things to look forward to on the horizon. But I do also want to tell a couple of things that you may have missed that we did. Each month we try to have a special feature at Vibes. So that way it just always feels like there's something new and exciting for people to come and check out. The first one in April, we had 2 murals painted. And then in May, we had a chalk artist that chalked throughout downtown. And then last month, I think one of our most successful special features was our paint off event. We had 10 local artists use the phrase good vibes as their prompt to paint for an hour and a half in front of a live audience. And we had some amazing pieces painted by artists like Ryan Williams and Zonley Lumen. And we ended up raising over $1,300 in change votes at that event. So it was really fun. People got to vote by dumping their change in the artist buckets. And so that was a really special event, and the artists are already wanting to do it again. So we may have another one of those this season coming up as well. Speaking of murals, we have 2 for sale right now, and both of these 2 that have been up in downtown are for sale. They're each 8 feet by 12 feet. The one that says Still Growing is by Yobro OKC, and the one that has the purple and yellow is by Dusty Gilpin. If you are interested in either of these, please let me know. They would be beautiful on your building, in your office, anything like that. But I can get you my contact information. If you're interested in those, just let me know. And we're really excited to see the 2 new ones coming up too. They will not go to waste regardless. They will go somewhere special where they can be viewed by people for sure. And really importantly, I just want to point out again that Vibes is a program of Edmond Fine Arts, and our whole purpose is to support downtown Edmond businesses by creating an environment that encourages patrons to shop local, support small business owners, artists, and musicians. So that's really in the forefront of our mind with each decision that we're making for Vibes. We are constantly reached out to by different vendors wanting to come in and set up at Vibes or for food trucks, but we always, turn them down because it really truly is about keeping that focus on the visual and performing arts, as well as our downtown businesses, and trying to continue to help them to flourish. We greatly appreciate the support that we have received from the City of Edmond, the Downtown Edmond Business Association, as well as our business sponsors. The series is presented by Mercy, and then we have had wonderful sponsors from downtown businesses to community partners as well. But we are looking forward to a great season again next year in 2022, and you can absolutely help us. Donations can be made online at www.edmondvibes.org. That was my shameless plug. Thank you for letting me do that. But it does take us about $3,000 to $5,000 each month to put on the event, and so it is an expensive event and a quite costly time-wise too. We feel like it's very important to provide the service to the community, but we also definitely appreciate that support that we get from public and private partners. And I'm happy to help you plug in to be one of those public or private partners if you're interested. Just a couple of things about our gallery as well. So right now we have Ray Stone. You may have noticed that painting that was behind me. That is one of her pieces. This is another example of her piece. She's going to be doing a demo and workshop with the Edmond Young Professionals group on the 24th. But we have enjoyed having her work up in the gallery. And next month, we have Rotary's very own Martha Turner coming up in the gallery. Here's one of Martha's beautiful pieces. We look forward to having Martha in the gallery. And if you're planning on coming to the July Vibes event, we highly suggest that you start the night here at Edmond Fine Arts. Check out Martha's gallery. She'll be here from 5 to 8 hosting that gallery opening. And we have a little incentive here. We have coupons for $2 beers or any drinks at the Patriarch. And we might give you one if you start here for Vibes. So plan on that. Thank you, Martha. We are looking forward to your gallery too. One more fun announcement that we have coming soon at Fine Arts, our little free art gallery is coming. So you may have seen the little free book libraries before, but this is the same concept, but it's for art. So it's take a piece, leave a piece art. It's going to be positioned between Edmond Fine Arts and the Patriarch. And this was a partnership with the EVAC, the Edmond Visual Arts Commission, as well as a private partner, MA Plus Architecture. So we are going to have a statue set out there that is a little mini gallery, and it will have little pieces of art in there. And there's also an Instagram for that. So if you're interested in that, I can give you more details. But that is all I think that I have, except just to encourage you to come out to Vibes. If you haven't come yet, you've got 4 more awesome chances. The first one is coming up on that July 1st. And we look forward to seeing you in downtown.
Thank you, Savannah. You guys are more than welcome to ask questions or put a comment or a question in the chat, and I will facilitate that for you. Or you can unmute and ask any questions of either Savannah or Shannon. I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to us. So I'll turn it over to that. And Savannah, if you want to stop sharing so we can see everybody, that'd be great. Questions? While we're waiting for people to ask their questions, few comments from the deal say, some of us know Savannah from Pure Bars. One of our instructors, Victoria, said that. So there's that. And Chief Younger said, I would like to mention that Savannah is a graduate of the best leadership admin class ever, 33. And then that started a battle. And you know how that goes, Savannah.
Yes. My class was pretty great though.
So yeah, anybody have any comments, questions? Anybody who's been to Vibes, you want to kind of do a testimony about it? Speak up.
I'll chime in. Hi,
Yes.
Savannah. It's Beth. So I haven't missed one yet. I haven't missed a Vibes yet. I've seen Martha several times there, Jennifer Seaton. I've seen her there. My friends kind of laugh. They take bets. They're like, how far do you think we can get down the block before Beth sees someone she knows? Anyhow, it is so much fun. Our little routine is we start at Ellis Island and work our way all the way down and around. And then we usually end up at the Patriarch, which I ran into Dan Chavez last time for his birthday. But so it sounds like we need to reverse and start up at Edmond Fine Arts, then go to the Patriarch and go around again. I would highly recommend it if you haven't done it. It is so much fun. It's so interesting to see. All the shops are open. I mean, it is just so great to see our downtown really thriving the way it is. So my question then is, Savannah, what is a club? What could we do to help? What do you need from us?
Spreading the word is awesome. I love when there's that organic promotion and organic traffic of, telling your friends about it and encouraging them to come check it out. And then, of course, we can always use more sponsors. So another little plug there, but always that. But definitely the biggest thing is just telling people about it, sharing it on your personal social media. We really appreciate things like that. And then just keep coming, keep attending, keep telling the artists how great they're doing. And just the continued encouragement is wonderful. And I appreciate your words, Beth. Thank you.
I just kind of want to piggyback a little bit on what Beth said. I am usually here at Fine Arts for the gallery openings, and then I try to get out a little bit and walk around. But it is so fun to see so many people just walking around on the streets and waving at people. I have never made it all the way down and around and back because there's just too many people to talk to and too much to look at. I told Savannah we need to get her a little golf cart or something. I don't know, JD, if that's even legal, but that girl is all over the place, back and forth, getting to different places. And she has a great team of volunteers stationed and positioned very strategically to help out businesses and help out artists that might have questions in those locations. All of the performing artists that you see on the streets, we are paying for them to be out there. It's so important that these artists are making money, and they are so excited to have an opportunity to perform in front of people. We've got a pretty great list. And if you ever need a performing artist for anything or a visual artist for something, they're all listed on our website. We have a vetting process for those people. So you know that they're going to be quality people that are going to actually show up and do what it is that they say they're going to do. And that's really, really important to us. They pay a $20 application fee at the beginning of the season. And then we have a committee that reviews all of them, and only the best are added and selected. And that is really the only cost to anybody. It doesn't cost anything to the businesses to be a part of it. And I think Savannah will agree that that's been the hardest sell whenever we went around talking. They were like, but what is this going to cost us? It's like, seriously, you just have to be open, and everything else, just let people come to you. So, and a lot of that first month, there were some businesses that didn't want to participate. And then they saw what a great turnout their neighbors had. And she got a lot of calls. Well, we want to be in next month. And, Sandy Chapel and Spinal Care Associates, they do great things right there. So it's growing down the streets, and the businesses that aren't participating are all really getting involved, once the momentum gets going. And that's our goal, is for everybody to be open and be participating during this time. And it has been a lot of work on Savannah. You probably already know this if you deal with artists, but they're kind of like herding cats, and no one responds to emails. They don't really do a whole lot of follow up. I don't blame them. It's that creative side. So her diligence and physically going down to visit with people over the past few months and make sure they understand and communicate well has taken a lot of her time. But again, with a staff of 3, we really can't do that. And she probably spends 2 weeks of her month totally focused on vibes. And I certainly appreciate her ability to manage a lot at one time. She's done a great job.
It looks like we're trying to raise money for you, Savannah, to rent you a Lime or Bird scooter. Okay. Throw in a helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads, and you'll be set. That was from Chief Younger, his response to the golf cart comment, that we could just get you a scooter. Or We'll deck it out in Vibes attire. So.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I definitely get my steps in on
I was
Vibes.
gonna say, that's a long walk
She had said
or run.
first month she was going to bring her bike and ride her little bicycle down. And I said, I just cannot see you with your helmet and like locking up a bike and then getting up. And she was like, I think I could really do it. And she's got her backpack with all this stuff. People like, oh my gosh, but she's willing to do anything.
So Savannah, I know this is the inaugural year and it looks like you guys are already planning for 2022. Are there plans or talks with moving it further to the north on Broadway? I know like there's been issues with that in the past, like with Herd on Herd, them wanting to expand down to Edwards and stuff. So what's in store for that, or no expansion at all?
Well, we're going to Edwards now, which really is the majority of the business district of downtown. I think if it continues to expand, we would be expanding out east and west more. I think that we're pretty full north to south. I think that trying to cross Second would get a little scary. So we'll probably be keeping it as far north to south as it is. But definitely I'm hoping to expand it out into the side streets as it continues to grow.
Great. Savannah has already requested more electric needs in downtown Edmond, which we are very aware of. Yes, that's all I can say about that. It's expensive.
And Shannon mentioned my committee of Vibes volunteers, and I cannot tell you guys what all stars they are. Jennifer Seaton serves on that committee, and they are just the bright smiling faces that you see at the corners, greeting people, giving people maps, greeting the artist, and that little group of about 5 girl ladies, whatever you want to call them, they're just amazing, and I could not appreciate them more.
Hey, Savannah, it's Andy Conyers. Kudos to you and Shannon on 3 very successful events. Like Beth, I've been to all 3, and just it's great to see the community coming together to support such a really neat event. I was just curious, any surprises, pleasant surprises for you? Kind of, I thought this would be this way and it's been this way, or just a couple that come to mind?
Oh man, kind of put me on the spot. I think that I have been very excited to see the diversity of the crowd that is coming to downtown Edmond. I think that I have heard this comment actually from someone from the Oklahoma City Chamber. This event completely changed my perception of Edmond. And I don't know what the perception was previously for them, but I hope that it is an event that any and everyone feels welcomed to attend. That's, the arts are supposed to be completely inclusive, and that is something that has been very exciting for me to see, just that full range of every type of person in the crowd. And I think that that's really great for our community.
I think the other thing was kind of surprising was hearing how other downtown businesses are using Vibes as a recruiting tool for new businesses to come to Edmond. They bring them to show this is what Edmond looks like. And a lot of people are very surprised that, wow, this is, and I do think one of the benefits is not having the streets closed down. There's nothing blocking the businesses. It is about the businesses. And to me, it just looks like, I don't know, if you go down in Boulder, I always say Boulder, Colorado, and you have performers on the streets, you have artists on the streets, you've got all this space, but really it's just communities gathering, and there's no pressure to do anything. You could sit in one spot all night, or you can walk around as much as you want. When you plan an event like this, you always worry, is anyone going to show up? And I also think, Savannah, the Instagram following for Vibes exceeded our expectations as far as the number of followers, the number of shares. These artists are promoting it, and I think we have 69 total artists on our, is that about right, on our website that are just visual, and then more performing. Yeah. It's changing all the time because more people want to be a part of it. So that's been a good thing. I don't know. We always go to Sarah London and JD, and is there any, did anybody get hit by a car? Are we following all of the rules? And so far so good. We haven't had any issues. And
you know, the safety piece is always a concern every month, but people are doing it.
Great. Thank you all.
I don't see any more questions. Kathy Reeser suggested roller skates, Savannah, so think about that one.
Okay. I'll have to practice.
But if there's no more questions and there's nothing else in the chat, I will turn it over to.
Can I just
Cynthia.
ask real quick if there's like a show of hands for you guys so I see your face? Has anybody not been?
I'm bad. I'm really bad.
You're all formally invited next month.
I keep
Thursday,
planning and then something comes up. So I'll get there.
4 more good chances to come.
Okay, thank you, Savannah, so much. That was so informative. Shannon, thank you for being a part of it and just bringing all that electricity to downtown Edmond. My son actually has an artist friend who he's been to all 3 and helped her sell a lot of art. So congratulations. I think just celebrating those young artists too is important. I was just curious, since Martha's on the line. Martha, do you have any comments about Vibes? Are you still there, Martha? I guess. Nope, she must have come off, but
I see Bob, but I don't see Martha in
yeah,
the shot.
she must have gone off. So I'll be excited. I'm hoping to get there tomorrow night just to kind of check out her stuff as well. So thank you, ladies. I appreciate all that you've done for Downtown Edmond and bringing just such a different flavor to it. I love the diversity aspect of it and inclusion. That's just super good stuff. So with that being said, just want to remind everyone that Mike Holder is our guest. We will be back at St. Luke's and on Zoom next week. So we will be hybrid again. So I will not be sending all those emails to you and filling up your email box. So we will see you at St. Luke's 12 o'clock on the 23rd. And don't forget to register for the district conference. It's Thursday night from 6 to 7, just 1 hour of your time to support Angela as she kind of finishes up her term in office. So just know that, Savannah, we will be having a book go to Ida Freeman on your behalf to our reading corner. And we thank you for that as well. So we're going to adjourn today at a few minutes early. We'll give you back that in your day, very busy day. See you next week. Go out and be great Rotarians. Bye-bye.